Hello, hello, hello. This is the Rug Checklist Show, the Rug Detective Show, the Scammer Detective Show, the Making Money X 1000 Show, whatever you want. This is the show for it, for you. Anyway, hope all is well. So basically, what we do is we help investors, traders, people involved in the cryptocurrency DeFi space to make more informed decisions regarding looking at certain projects, because there's tons of projects that are coming out being listed on Uniswap on a daily basis. So how could you be able to detect the ones that have the high probability of making money compared to the ones that have a high probability of minting contracts, pulling, liquidity being pulled, or team token dumps and fake pre-sales? So we try and ensure that you follow a clean and structured path to make sure that you are steer in the right direction. You don't get involved in all this, the dark side. Let's say it's the dark side, underbelly of what happens in this space. If you haven't, please go to Rug Detectives. I know you're watching this video right now, so please feel free to like, dislike, comment, follow, don't follow, do whatever you want. Basically, we're just providing as much value as we can. And then also go to Twitter. So on Twitter, it's Detectives Rug, the handle Detectives Rug. And then make sure you go down and click on the checklist for investors here. And then basically this would show you this. So it's a checklist which covers from the projects to goes on page analysis of a project, the product, pre-sale, looks at the liquidity lock, the team tokens, smart and staking vulnerabilities, and blacklisted wallets, and so on and so forth. And then goes all the way down to repositories, and it gives a list of how it works in terms of the auditing structure. So we don't want to make this as too complicated, but really it's there to help you. And it should only take half an hour really before you look at entering a position, or even less than that once you get used to it, to be able to say, okay, tick yes, this is good, tick no, this is not good, or I have a question. And that question, you can then go to the Telegram of that project, or Twitter, or Discord, and ask them the questions to make you feel more comfortable to be able to get into the position or not. So we also have a blacklisted wallet address. So the blacklisted wallet address, just clicking on that, this basically just shows, and I'll be adding more details to this, this shows creator, so deployed wallet addresses, so from the specific creators that have been related to certain scams. So this shows you this specific wallet. These are a list of scams that occurred, and the details, and which well-known influencers, which I'll be adding more information to that. So what this does is it enables you to say, okay, I'm interested in this project. I know the token address of the actual project. Then when you click on Etherscan, so if I just show you. Let's just go to any project. Let's go to the one that's listed just now, or the one that's trending #1, XST. So if you want to be able to then go to Etherscan, click on that, then you can be able to see the contract address. Then if you want to see the contract creator, so this is a contract creator, so you click on that, and then basically this address is connected to the scam address. So if this contract creator has created other projects which have rug pulled or scammed, then we'll add this. If you are aware of any projects and there's a connection to these contract creators or any others, please let me know and I'll add this to the list. So the aim is to help you and other people, our peers in this space. Okay, good. So let's get straight to it. This topic today is we're going to run through a company called Paid Network. So Paid Network are literally listing today. So today's the 25th of January. Time flies when you're having fun. So let's get straight to it. And I'm just going to go through step by step in terms of as if you have this checklist. This is the free checklist. There will be a paid checklist, a more advanced checklist coming through. And also there'll be a course which will run through the specific areas each step, giving you more information about the staking vulnerabilities, the coding aspect, what to look at. and it will be a video course as well, so you just go through the whole process. So anyway, let's briefly run through this company. So paid network, let's see what they do here. Smart agreements for all your business needs, eliminate attorney costs, business contracts, easy and quick dispute resolutions. Okay, so this is more of a, let's say, focusing on the attorney space, contract space, like maybe DocuSign. That's a company that a lot of people know they may use for signing contracts. So I guess they're moving in this space, dispute resolutions. So okay, fine. So this is it's a big space outside of the cryptocurrency. It's an interesting space, and it's smart agreements. The good thing also now, especially what's happening because of this whole pandemic, a lot of contracts that are being signed are not being signed face to face. It's being signed online. So people are using these online platforms to be able to sign. So business model is good. So what I'll do here, I'll just duplicate this. So paid network. Okay, here we go. So I would basically write down so I'll basically put down good let's say growing sector in terms of the space, which is like smart contract agreements. Let's just say contract agreements. So you want to see a space where it's not saturated, so there's a clear opportunity to be able to take advantage. Where are we here? Okay, so smart contract agreements, fine. Then ultimately, if we go down, so they're seen by these companies. So what you'd want to do is this builds up the trust and reliability of the business. So what you want to do is click on these links just to see if they're actually telling the truth in terms of Pay Network. So Pay Network raises 2 million in funding led by Alphabet Fund and Master Ventures. Okay, so you can see that they've done a seed already. So investors are on board, literally. Don't know what's happening here. Sorry about that. To the company. So here, so let's go to this quickly. Masters Ventures, blah, blah, blah. So paid private sales being oversubscribed with more than 21 million committed already. So it's raised quite a lot of money. According to Pay, the value of allocation requests is growing by 1 million daily. So they've raised a lot of money. Also, it's powered by Polkadot, which is a huge growing ecosystem that's taking place now in terms of decentralized applications. So they're looking to deploy it there. So I would also add to this, I don't know if this is the completed raised 21 mil, I'll just say seed to early stage investors. So all these things you're just basically just adding, there's not enough information. You're building your own library, let's just say. So you add enough information about the business to say, okay, if they've raised 21 million, so they seem to have something, and they're early to seed early stage investors. So people that have experience in investing ultimately are looking to plow capital into this business. So that's positive straight away. It's being built on Polkadot, which is a huge growing ecosystem. So, and this seems to be the trend for 2021. There'll be a lot of Polkadot projects that will arise. So we'll see how that transpires. Okay, so fine. Let's just try and run through a lot of this information. So that was my Australian Shepherd dog, Bella, there, barking away. Okay, so let's just go down here. So what they do is, here's the ecosystem leverages blockchain technology to deliver DeFi-powered smart agreements. So, okay, ignition crowdfunding platform. So there's many different areas. I don't know whether this is really too open. Sometimes it's good just to stay focused on one specific point where you can really start, onboarding customers. And I think onboarding customers would really be from the simple smart agreements where people need contracts. You can immediately start straight away from businesses being signing contracts. They can just use the smart agreements, and then once you build up the pipeline, then you can start adding different areas. So anyway, just my views. So paid economy. So they've got utility, lending, insurance, escrow. I think this is the long-term vision, what they're trying to do. Paid token burn, staked assets, and lending, insurance pools, smart escrow. Okay, fine. Just want to take a look. They do have a nice feel in terms of the website. It's quite clean. I do like the color blue. Blue is a sign of hope. And I'm going off tangent here, but anyway, what I also want to do is just take a look at their source code from the site, just to see what it's built on. Let's just see here. So it's Google Analytics here. So plugins, elements. Okay, so it seems to be built Elementor. So it seems to be built on WordPress. The concerns I have sometimes of WordPress is basically the vulnerabilities, because they are using plugins. So you can see here plugins, which is Google Analytics. That's fine. But generally with WordPress, it's easy to set up, so easy to basically deploy in terms of let's say design and changing text font size, and plugins. There's thousands of plugins, but what happens is there's scope to vulnerability with these plugins, because if the plugin's not updated, there could be potential issues. So this is just a question mark with projects being built on WordPress. So I would basically say here is slight concern with website being built using WordPress. Okay. So, and what that basically means is you've raised 21 million, but you can't even build a site that will prevent any vulnerability. So this is just a question mark I would have. Okay, so let's just go down to the Telegram. So we're just doing on page here. What I would also like to do is I'll do a who's. I want to just see when this domain name was actually registered. So let's just go here, domain name. Then I'll go to Hughes, search, so Google, because as this is a docs team, so domain name, so it basically is registered in 2004 and expires. Okay, so it's registered quite a long time ago. So it seems that they've had this name, or they basically acquired this domain name from someone else, because it's been around for a while, but it expires in 7 months. So this is just a question to look at, to say it's acquiring 7 months. What's the long-term aspirations of the company? I would definitely implore that you look at renewing the domain name, because you don't want to have any slight red flags or people saying, oh, it's gonna your domain name is expiring in 7 months. Is this going to be a rug pull, or what's going on? We're 6 months to go. So I'm just saying this is information for the team to look at, and which would also help and build trust with your investors. So let's just go here. So put here domain name. Domain name expires on. There we go. Okay, fine. Let's just go down here. Take the source code away. Now let's go to the Telegram. I added them on Telegram. I have more or less every single company on Telegram right now. Fine. Okay, so this is basically the Telegram, and I have a Telegram announcement as well. Paid official announcement. Okay, so this is the announcement page, and you can see here where they say proud to announce partnership. So they've got a partnership with DIA, it's open source. When was this? So they've got information about partnerships. They're already building up partnerships and they haven't even listed yet, so that's a positive sign. Initially in Unislit on 24, so token price of last round is 4 cents. 4 cents. Initial circulating supply is 19.8 million, let's just say. And then, so this is the tokenomics will go down. I want to essentially go to, let's just go to the actual paid. I just like to read through the actual Telegram just to see the comments, just to see the communication, to know what's actually going on. And this is something I'll do, you know, afterwards, and I'll add to the file. I'm not going to waste your time here. Okay, so they have 29,000 members. So what I would like to do is take a look at their Telegram account. They have 27,000 members, and they've been around since September 2020. So they've really grown exponentially. Sometimes when I see so many followers in literally in 4 months, it's a red flag. But I think that they've done a lot of marketing, really heavy on the marketing side. They've raised a lot of money. They've really spread the word about their business. So I would not be, there wouldn't be any cause to concern in terms of this. But I'll then like to connect this to the engagement. So if you have 27,000 followers, then I'd like to see what the engagement's like. So the engagement is basically, so we've got 13 here in terms of the chat. So this is 18 hours ago. So this is good engagement, actually. This is pretty good engagement. So I would basically add to the list here. Good engagement. With a large number of followers. Okay, cool. And this will be the same here. Then I'll go through this afterwards. So then let's go down to the product, because there's quite a lot to get through. So let's go down to the product. So here, I want to take a look at the roadmap. Have they actually listed? So, you know, is it a vaporware? You know, are they in the mainnet and the testnet? So here, Q1 2021, paid DApp goes live. So does live mean actually on the mainnet or the testnet? Launch private and public crowd, so that's taken place, done already. Public sale, platform gamifications. Okay, so I would ask full smart agreement and logs, connect with and share contacts, fee sponsoring, borrowing, lending. Okay, so they're actually looking to deploy quite a lot within such a short space of time. I guess maybe with the money they've raised, they have quite a significant team, as it shows here. So it's doable. But if you're going to have this within the roadmap, you have to ensure that you're going to follow through. So it's quite tight, and it seems to be a lot that they're trying to work on at the same time. So I would basically say to them, paid that goes live. I would ask the question, when does it go live? Because it could be on a mainnet. So I'll say, when does that go live? Because they said in this quarter. Because if it's going live, for example, next week or in a few weeks, that's positive. If there's a specific date, even if it hasn't gone live, But if it's going live and it's a clear date in 3 weeks, that's positive. So there'll be continued momentum once it lists. There'll be continued momentum to the upside. So that's just something to be aware of. Fine. Let's look at team. So pre-sale's already done. So let's move along from liquidity lock. Right now they're about to list. So once they list, I guess they'll lock liquidity. So that's a question. Make sure they've locked liquidity. Team tokens, marketing tokens. Then I would go to their token metrics. So this gives a breakdown of the token allocations to the team advisors. And then we want to look at the vesting period. So vesting periods here, it says basically seed 1 month lock, then unlock over 9 months. Okay, good. So basically the money they raised via the seed. So if we just go back up, so this is the diligence you have to go through, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure you have every opportunity of making tons of money, 10,000x. So, you know, it just really helps basically. Okay, so it's a bit of a slow load. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not too sure why it's slow. Okay, good. So they raised this to close a 2 million funding round by these ventures, 21 million committed private sell. So then if we go back to the tokenomics, the private sell was here. So private A, private B. So the seed, there's a lock, 1 month lock, then unlocks over 9 months. Then private A, where the 21 million was raised. I don't know whether it's all of it, but it says private. 10% at listing, 25% at listing. So it's good to find out which amount is the 25 million structured into. Is it 25 million all from private A? If it is, then 10%, so 2.1 million would unlock today, and then the rest over 6 months, and then here will be 25% 3 months. So this is a question I'll ask about the vesting period, about the lock-in period. Then advisors unlocks month 2, then unlock over 2 months. So they obviously have strong advisors in the team. Okay, then obviously the tokenomics here. Total supply 594 million, hard cap. So initial market cap is 835,000, so close to a million. So this is not really a lower tier project in terms of the market cap. It's like a mid tier, mid cap, let's just say, for the future, that they want to try and get to, you know, 10 to 20 million. Let's just see more information about one of the founders. Is a guy called Kyle Chase. So he's well known. He's invested in Bitfinex, Circle, Kraken, Coinbase. So he has a lot of experience in this space as an investor. Whether this is early seed, not too sure, but he's put this down. I hope it's not just buying, just saying, okay, I invested using these platforms. I doubt it, but obviously I'm aware of this guy. So he seems to have a lot of experience in this space, and he's very active on Twitter, especially due to the launch. He basically is noting here that where is this here? So he's just adding more information. So I like to just read through this just to see his views. He says, we are thrilled that Plasma Network is already on Polkadot testnet. Plasma, okay, so this is just given the Polkadot here. So he's given a breakdown of all of the different companies on Polkadot, and then he's got his company there. So he's, you know, he has a lot of strong companies, and that he'll be joining, which is extremely positive for what they're trying to achieve. So it's good. So there's a project in terms of Pay Network. They have some strong, experienced team backers behind them. So basically, as I go down this information, I'll then wait to see. So token lock, you can just refer to this specific document. So if I copy this, and then you can be able to see here. So team token, so this is the vesting opportunity. And then smart contracts, taken contract vulnerabilities. If they're contract has already been verified, I would request this information from Telegram, and then I'll start going through their contract, the code, just to take a look at. I would also see if it's been audited. So I would ask Telegram whether it's been audited. Let's go to their website actually on GitHub. So they should have a GitHub. Normally it's at the footer. So here. So they actually don't have. Oh, yeah, they do. So GitHub, good. So what I'll do is here, I'll put this down. I'll take a look at the type of contracts, what the repositories they have. I'll take a look at I'll start going through the code one by one. Then I'll add this information. So GitHub here, there you go, to go through. And then I'll go through this and I'll give my views. I'll then also see if it's been audited. So I'll start scanning through. The best thing is just to go to Telegram and just ask the question, listen, have you been audited by which company? Let me know, and so forth. So to get some feedback from them, and they'll probably send a link. So I'll say, hi, can you send me the link of your audit? So once I get that, I can be able to then read it and go through it. Okay, anyway, I don't want to spend too long. Everyone's busy, I know. So basically this is information I'm going to start adding more details within the next few hours. This will be on, so to find this, just go to Rug Detectives on Twitter, click on this link, and then it would be basically this tab here, paid network. I'll probably shift it over. I'll create a new sheet for that, and then download. If you want to then get the scam checklist, I'll be adding more details here. I will be coming out very soon with another refined version of this, giving you a full breakdown of each specific area. There'll be a course, understand about the markets, about, you know, let's say going through smart contracts, looking at various different projects as well that I'm looking at, that will be added here. There'll be opportunities tab as well that I'll be looking at, projects I'm in or I'll be looking at. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and please like, subscribe, follow, give me your feedback, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.